Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about Historathon 2023, which I just discovered a few weeks ago, luckily before it had gotten too far in, but I had never seen any of you talking about it before, but I'm glad someone popped up on my YouTube feed and talked about this year-long readathon. Now I won't go into what it is because I'm still kind of figuring it out watching all your videos, but I'll try to find who I've been watching and link to you. So if you hadn't heard of it either, you can follow them, the hosts of it, and figure out if you want to join in partway. I don't see why you couldn't. I've joined in partway and I'm gonna see how it goes because I'm terrible at readathons. I think I failed every time I've tried to read one, haven't even just set down the books. Didn't even finish them, so I'm gonna do this and I'm going to make videos about it and hopefully read quite a few history books this year. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on myself. I'm gonna try to just read one for each quarter, and the hosts have put together years that were covered, and I'm hoping I remember them correctly, but the first 3 months here up through March is prehistory to 500 CE. So I was scrambling around trying to find something to read, but luckily I watched a couple of videos, and I'm sorry I can't remember who recommended what, but thank you so much for your lists of possibilities and your TBRs so that I could find a few things, and thank you to my library for having some of them. So the first one I have started, and this is Mary Beard's How Do We Look, and I was really excited I kind of would like to read quite a few art history. Art history is really a big interest of mine, and I haven't read much in it in a while. I've had to put it aside. So I was really excited to find Mary Beard's How Do We Look, and it is a quick short read about how people in the past sort of viewed art, participated in it, how they were affected by it. And that's really interesting because I don't think I've ever read anything about that before. So the other thing that really, other than what most excited me about it is it's very short. So, and it's a really quick read. So it's full of, there's a photo right there. It's full of photos. The art that she talks about takes up a lot of, but it's not just the photos. It's like, look how big the spacing is on the text. So it's a really quick read. I think it's like 200 pages, and I've just started it a day ago, and I'm already on page 68. So should be able to finish it in another couple of days. I'm actually surprised. I thought, like I said, I was only gonna do one per quarter. So I do have another book if in March I have time to read. That is Battling the Gods, Atheism in the Ancient World by Tim Whitmarsh. And this just looked really interesting on someone's video, and my library had it. I've never read anything about atheism in the ancient world. So that sounds great. I can't wait to read this one. I have all of March to try to do it. It's not super big, so I might be able to at least get it started. But then for the second quarter, starting in April, I did go ahead and pick up a book. I couldn't find, one of the ones that someone was reading was something like 1215, the Year of Magna Carta. And we didn't have that at my library. But I was really like, oh, I should read about Magna Carta more because I've been really lucky. And I've seen, I think, most of the original copies that still exist in England. There's one at Salisbury Cathedral, which is the first one I saw. And that was cool. And then there's one at the British Library. So I've seen that one. And then there's one at Lincoln Castle that's owned by the cathedral. And I have seen one there in their vault. They have I've been to Lincoln Castle, but I can't remember if I saw the original 1215 one, or they have more, just a couple years later copies, like 1217 copy, I think. And that might have been the one I seen, but I mean, 1217, still pretty amazing to get to see one of the original Magna Carta. So I've seen all these Magna Carta, but I and I know a little bit about them from viewing them and reading the displays, but I feel like I should know more. So I didn't find that book, but at my library there was this one by Mark Morris. It's called King John, hold on, I have to read the subtitle. King John, Treachery and Tyranny in Medieval England, The Road to Magna Carta. So we'll get a little bit more about King John, who we probably all know from Robin Hood legends, and I've heard a little bit and read a little bit about him, but it's not, I don't read a lot of medieval history. So this fits into, I believe it's 500 to 1500 is the second quarter. Don't quote me on that. But at least I know it's the medieval period that Magna Carta was created during. So I can read this as my book. And this one is a bit longer for me. I think this looks like it would take me 3 months because I read nonfiction quite slowly. I'll read like a few pages a day, a chapter a day if the chapters aren't too long, and sort of absorb them slowly. So this should be enough for me. So I haven't picked up anything else yet, but I might keep an eye out. There's some other things I want to read. I saw one of you was reading about the Peasants' Revolt, and I really do want to read about that. So I might keep that in mind as a backup. And for the rest of the year, I haven't figured anything else out. So I won't worry about it until right now, because I'll just get through the rest of the Mary Beard book, and then we'll move on to this one for the second quarter, and then I'll update you on how things are going and what I find for the rest of the year. I'm really excited to join. Thank you for the hosts and all the participants who are sharing wonderful books to read, and I can't wait. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.